Hi, I'm Gary Scott. Welcome to our beautiful land here in central Slovakia. And today I'm going to go through how to pack for a 7-day comfort trek in Nepal. Our high point will be 13,000 feet at the Everest View Hotel. This is basically what I might wear on the flight. So we'll go through each segment, what will be in your duffel bag, what will be in your day pack, what you'll need in Kathmandu. So come on in and we'll go through it. So I've just arrived in Kathmandu. Namaste. So this is my travel bag. I travel all over the world with it. This is an OGO Renegade pack. This is the international headquarters for Right Path Adventures and the Global Communications Center. So I'm going to go through just what I carry with that. And this was my travel bag. But let's start with just a couple of things that, so one reason I love this pack is all the different pockets, but sunglasses, I usually carry a headset for the plane. This is a charger. I have the weighing machine, which will have to weigh your bags before you get on the flight to Kathmandu. A couple of power bars in case I get hungry on the flight, which I can put in my day pack. Reading material, which I can take on the trek. My toiletries, just in case I get stuck somewhere or my bag is delayed, and I have it handy so it can go through security. My device cords, pulse oximeter, which I need but you won't, headlamp, which I always carry on international travels, and I'll either have a tablet or my laptop. Let's say my flight is delayed. I also have a water bottle, which I'll take on the trek, and just some spare clothes. It has happened that people's bags get delayed a few hours or a day in Kathmandu, but I've got pajamas, spare underwear, a spare shirt, spare socks, so that I can, I can use this the first day in Kathmandu. So I might wear this around Kathmandu, so I leave that out. Here's my day pack, which I will go through. And so in Kathmandu, I can pull out the things that I'm going to put in my day pack. First aid kit, which you don't need because I'm going to carry one. My cords for the trek. My toiletries for the trek. Deodorant, brush, extra chapstick, toothpaste, toothbrush, conditioner, and hand lotion. And I put it in a Tupperware because your bag is going to be carried by yaks and they are not very gentle. So you don't want that kind of stuff exploding. And walkie-talkies so I can stay in touch with the Serdar, the head Sherpa. You don't need those unless you want to stay in touch with your partner. Also in my day pack, I've got a wind shirt, which is a nice light layer. And I have just in my lightweight gloves and an extra buff bandana neck gaiter, which I'm a big fan of. So that goes in one little bag. And in Nepal, don't be surprised. You'll see people hiking on the trail, the Sherpas, with an umbrella. So good thing to have while you're traveling. And on the trail, sunglasses for the trek, binoculars. We only need a few of these in the group. Little, an extra Ziploc bag. Knife, chapstick, tape, and hand sanitizer. And then I have another bag which I just have wet wipes, sun cream, toilet paper, tissues, and wet wipes. Yeah. And then down jacket, and I've also brought a down vest. So I have the option of taking both or one, depending on the current temperatures. So here I have my sleepwear for Kathmandu. I sleep cold, so PJs and bed socks. I have flip-flops for walking around the hotel room or going down to the hotel spa and pool area. I have a laundry bag. It'll be bigger than this. I couldn't find mine, but just as an example. And you'll hand in what I do is I hand in my laundry with my travel clothing and the clothing I'll wear in Kathmandu for a couple of days on the morning when we fly up to Lukla, and then it's ready for me when I get back. And so I've got travel clothes and clothes for Kathmandu at the end of the trip, and I don't need to bring extras. Bathing suit for the pool or the spa area, a couple of extra shirts for Kathmandu, shorts if I need them in Kathmandu, and jeans for Kathmandu, extra socks, extra underwear. So that's what I'm going to wear in Kathmandu. As I mentioned, it is a 5-star hotel, so you really want to get dressed up a little bit in the evenings. This is what I'm going to wear the first day on the first day of the trek in Kathmandu. And one reason this system is so good is you don't have to think and plan or reorganize or repack once you get to Kathmandu. I know that this is what I'm going to wear on the first day of the trek. So hat, bandana, which is very good for keeping dust out of your face, and you can rebreathe the air, the moist air, and that's one of the issues at altitude is that you're breathing out, losing a lot of fluid, not breathing as much moist air in. So this keeps it there. And a cotton mask is a good idea for that as well. Synthetic short sleeve shirts, synthetic long sleeve shirts, synthetic underwear, and zip off pants, and kind of a stretchy belt there. So that's what I'll wear on the first day of the trek. Plus some my soft shell jacket, which I had out, and in my pack I'll have a down vest, for example. So, and this is my Gore-Tex jacket, which also goes in my day pack. So while we're on that one, I pack my day pack. And I've got an extra stuff bag. If I decide to use that for something, I could use that for my soft shell jacket. I've got a waterproof cover. You don't need a big pack. And this one's super light, which is nice. But a pack cover keeps dust off your pack on the trail. And obviously if it rains, it'll keep things dry. And I even line my pack with a light trash bag just for extra waterproofness. But let me just pack this, for example. I've got my down jacket, my Gore-Tex jacket, my gloves and buff, toiletries go in the trek duffel, my walkie-talkies, which you won't need, my first aid kit, which you won't need. I've got my toilet kit here. That was my other little things. Yeah, I might even take my umbrella, binoculars, and sunglasses. So, for example, let's just put my, and you probably won't need a down jacket as well as a soft shell, but just for the heck of it, let's put it all in. That's 11 pounds, which is, you don't want anything more than that. And that's with a down jacket and my soft shell. So you probably don't need your down jacket there. And I left out my first aid kit and walkie-talkies, one of which I will be giving to a Sherpa. Your trekking poles will be issued probably in Lukla. And I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use them. And I've taught a lot of people how to use them and turn a lot of people onto them. You'll be issued a duffel bag. And then this is cool because you don't have to plan or repack in Kathmandu. So this is my trekking shoes. So I'm going to wear these shoes in Kathmandu in the hotel and for dinner. And then I'm going to take them on the trek as my lodge shoes. And I'll take out my trekking shoes, put them with the stuff that I'm going to wear on the first day. They're a little dirty, so I haven't got them in plastic. And so these are my trekking shoes. Lightweight. I got paint on them as well. And so I put my socks in there so they're ready for the first day on the trek. So I'll be wearing those. And I'll use this bag to take my lodge shoes for in the lodges, in the evenings. I could also take my flip-flops if I liked. So I talked about toiletries for the trek, cords for the trek. This is a down vest, depending on, as I mentioned, what the weather is, how I'm feeling. I'll decide to take that or not. So this is spare. Oh, this is for at night in the lodge. So in the evenings I've got, and I like merino, so I've got a short sleeve merino, long sleeve merino, hoodie, comfortable pants, underwear, and a belt. And I would have put a pair of socks in the shoes here, and I would have them for the lodge in the evenings. And then this is all my extra clothing for the trek. So I've got shirts on one side, pants on the other side. So extra t-shirts, extra trail shirts. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 extra shirts and a long sleeve cool shirt, which I really like. 2 pairs of extra socks. You know, it's okay to wear things a couple of days in a row. And I might even wear, you know, a shirt in the evening in the lodge and then wear it on the trail the next day and then put it in my laundry bag. So you might want to have a second laundry. Well, the hotel will provide a laundry bag for in Kathmandu, and you'll take your extra laundry bag for on the trail. This is all you really need. And then the other side has extra underwear, shorts, which I might wear depending on the weather, and long johns, just in case it's cool or, you know, early mornings on the trail, it can be quite cool, and then you can change during the day. So that's it for the trek. Yeah, so I'm going to put this all in my, the plastic bag. I like to put my gear inside a plastic garbage bag. It protects it from trail dust, rain, and it's easy to get into. My shoes for the lodge. My toiletries, I'm going to put them in between, protect them a little bit. My cords, my laundry bag, my down vest, and I've even got room for my down jacket. So that's really all you're going to need for the trek. You are limited to 15 kilos, let's say 30 pounds for the trek, and that's all you'll need. The night before the trek, I'm going to have my trek double ready, and I really recommend being 98% ready so that you're not stressed out the morning of the trek. I'm going to have my clothing out and ready to go. I'll have it out of this bag. On a table or whatever in the room. I'm gonna have my trek shoes, my jacket. This was my Kathmandu clothes, which I can put in the hotel laundry bag, hand it in as I depart. And then I've got my money belt, which I'll wear around Kathmandu and on the trail. And so then I can put these items that I don't need during the trek. Oh, and here's another option for a money belt, which goes around your waist, and a different type of hat with a little more sun protection, just as examples. So I'm gonna do this up. I've got a lock. It's labeled, as so should be your day pack. A lock, and I'm going to leave this at reception at the host hotel. And I think that's pretty much it. If you don't know what a soft shell jacket is, Google it. You can always email me with any questions, but this type of packing so that allows you to get to Kathmandu. You might be jet lagged. Maybe your flight is delayed and you don't have to stress out and worry about stuff. I'm going to be available to go through people's gear if they need to. And you can pick up everything you need in Kathmandu, let alone in Lukla and Namche Bazaar, where we're spending 2 nights. You can buy everything there. So I'm so excited to go back to Nepal with you all and have a fantastic trip. So, and the best thing you can bring is a positive attitude, and we're going to have a great time. So namaste, and look forward to seeing you in Kathmandu. Ciao. So yesterday, in my haste to not have the video be too long, I forgot a few things in my travel bag, which I will certainly go through more carefully next time. So my iPad and cords, a couple of power bars for protein bars for my day pack, maybe 1 a day, 1 in the duffel. I always have a headlamp with me when I travel, and I'll take it in my day pack. And roll of toilet paper, you can leave it in your duffel bag and then resupply day's supply. And then always good to have some kind of bag to have around your on your shoulder strap or around your belt of your day pack with your phone or camera in, that's handy for all those great shots you're going to take. Alrighty then, that does it. So now your duffel bag is going to weigh with the iPad, and you want to have it well protected. You know, let's round it off at 20 pounds. So just one quick story. I had a friend who flew from Australia. We did the trek, came back in Kathmandu. I was in his room and there was a bag there, and I said, "Oh, what's that?" And he said, "Oh, that's my mosquito netting." And it was quite a large bag. And I said, "Why'd you bring that?" And he said, "Well, I thought I might need it." And I realized, you know, he'd gone out and bought it, flew it all the way from Australia. We flew it into the mountains. We had a porter carry it for 15 days. We flew it back out of the mountains, and now he was going to take it all the way back to Australia for something he didn't need because he thought he might need it. Just follow the list. That's all you need to do. And if you have questions about things that aren't on the list, send me an email and I'd be glad to help you out. And, you know, feel free to, I often leave things behind after a trek. So, you know, you wear a pair of socks for 2 days or a pair of underwear or a t-shirt, you know, leave it in the bin in the lodge. And a Sherpa will, or the cleaning lady will decide if she wants it. And it's probably better than some of the socks that they have. But you think about it, you're going to bring back those socks to Kathmandu, probably have them washed for, you know, $6 a pair of socks, and take them all the way back to America. So I often pack and take older items of clothing, and then I just leave them behind during the trek. And so that's another thing you can think about. All right.